You are welcome. You are not welcome. You are the best. You are not the best. You are lucky. You are not lucky. You are so far away. You are not so far away. You are mistaken. You are not mistaken. Here you are. Here you are. You are quite right. You are not quite right. You're welcome. You're not welcome. You're the best. You're not the best. You're lucky. You're not lucky. You're so far away. You're not so far away. You're mistaken. You're not mistaken. You're quite right. You're not quite right. Are you welcome? Aren't you welcome? Are you the best? Aren't you the best? Are you lucky? Aren't you lucky? Are you so far away? Aren't you so far away? Are you mistaken? Aren't you mistaken? Are you quite right? Aren't you quite right? I am fine. I am not fine. I am sorry. I am not sorry. I am bored. I am not bored. I am afraid. I am not afraid. I am a student. I am not a student. I am from. I am not from. I am sure. I am not sure. I am a student. I am not a student. I am sure. I am not sure. I am alone. I am not alone. I'm fine. I'm not fine. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm bored. I'm not bored. I'm afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm a student. I'm not a student. I'm from. I'm not from. I'm sure. I'm not sure. I'm a student. I'm not a student. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm alone. I'm not alone. Am I fine? Am I fine? Am I sorry? Am I sorry? Am I bored? Am I bored? Am I afraid? Am I afraid? Am I a student? Am I a student? Am I from? Am I from? Am I sure? Am I sure? Am I a student? Am I a student? Am I sure? Am I sure? Am I alone? Am I alone? Here we are. Here we are. We are alike. We are not alike. We are two. We are not two. We are doctors. We are not doctors. We're alike. We're not alike. We're two. We're not two. We're doctors. We're not doctors. Are we alike? Aren't we alike? Are we two? Aren't we two? Are we doctors? Aren't we doctors? They are there. They are not there. They are teachers. They are not teachers. They are the best. They are not the best. They are calves. They are not calves. They're there. They're not there. They're teachers. They're not teachers. They're the best. They're not the best. They're calves. They're not calves. Are they there? Aren't they there? Are they teachers? Aren't they teachers? Are they the best? Aren't they the best? Are they calves? Aren't they calves? He is out of our sight. He is not out of our sight. He is 10 years old. He is not 10 years old. He is a nurse. He is not a nurse. He is an attendant. He is not an attendant. He is out of the office. He is not out of the office. He is unable to move from bed. He is not unable to move from bed. He is our God. He is not our God. He's out of our sight. He's not out of our sight. He's 10 years old. He's not 10 years old. He's a nurse. He's not a nurse. He's an attendant. He's not an attendant. He's out of the office. He's not out of the office. He's unable to move from bed. He's not unable to move from bed. He's our God. He's not our God. Is he out of our sight? Isn't he out of our sight? Is he 10 years old? Isn't he 10 years old? Is he a nurse? Isn't he a nurse? Is he an attendant? Isn't he an attendant? Is he out of the office? Isn't he out of the office? Is he unable to move from bed? Isn't he unable to move from bed? Is he our God? Isn't he our God? She is pretty. She is not pretty. She is a secretary. She is not a secretary. She is so glad. She is not so glad. She is secular. She is not secular. She is our iconic leader. She is not our iconic leader. She is a female slug. She is not a female slug. She's pretty. She's not pretty. She's a secretary. She's not a secretary. She's so glad. She's not so glad. She's secular. She's not secular. She's our iconic leader. She's not our iconic leader. She's a female slug. She's not a female slug. Is she pretty? Isn't she pretty? Is she a secretary? Isn't she a secretary? Is she so glad? Isn't she so glad? Is she secular? Isn't she secular? Is she our iconic leader? Isn't she our iconic leader? Is she a female slug? Isn't she a female slug? Tom's a dentist. Tom's not a dentist. Tom's an actor. Tom's not an actor. Tom's a male slug. Tom's not a male slug. Tom's a successful businessman. Tom's not a successful businessman. Is Tom a dentist? Isn't Tom a dentist? Is Tom an actor? Isn't Tom an actor? Is Tom a male slug? Isn't Tom a male slug? Is Tom a successful businessman? Isn't Tom a successful businessman? Nell is a hostess. Nell is not a hostess. Nell is a forewoman in Micron Technology, Inc. Nell is not a forewoman in Micron Technology, Inc. Nell is an obstinate toddler, my child said. Nell is not an obstinate toddler, my child said. Nell's a hostess. Nell's not a hostess. Nell's a forewoman in Micron Technology, Inc. Nell's not a forewoman in Micron Technology, Inc. Nell's an obstinate toddler, my child said. Nell's not an obstinate toddler, my child said. Is Nell a hostess? Isn't Nell a hostess? Is Nell a forewoman in Micron Technology, Inc.? Isn't Nell a forewoman in Micron Technology, Inc.? Is Nell an obstinate toddler, my child said. Isn't Nell an obstinate toddler, my child said. These are our Martyrs' Memorial Statutes. These are not our Martyrs' Memorial Statutes. These are the bodies of lost voyagers to the North Pole. These are not the bodies of lost voyagers to the North Pole. These are our Martyrs' Memorial Statutes. These are not our Martyrs' Memorial Statutes. These are the bodies of lost voyagers to the North Pole. These are not the bodies of lost voyagers to the North Pole. Are these our Martyrs' Memorial Statutes? Aren't these are martyrs' memorial statues? Are these the bodies of lost voyagers to the North Pole? Aren't these the bodies of lost voyagers to the North Pole? Those are the only known intelligent animals on the earth. Those are not the only known intelligent animals on the earth. Those are the lakes of Caribbean islands. Those are not the lakes of Caribbean islands. Those are the only known intelligent animals on the earth. Those are not the only known intelligent animals on the earth. Those are the lakes of Caribbean islands. Those are not the lakes of Caribbean islands. Are those the only known intelligent animals on the earth? Aren't those the only known intelligent animals on the earth? Are those the lakes of Caribbean islands? Aren't those the lakes of Caribbean islands? This is the best hotel. This is not the best hotel. This is Jack. This is not Jack. This is the best hotel. This is not the best hotel. This is Jack. This is not Jack. Is this the best hotel? Isn't this the best hotel? Is this Jack? Isn't this Jack? That is the biggest tobacco shop. That is not the biggest tobacco shop. That is Anna. That is not Anna. That is the biggest tobacco shop. That is not the biggest tobacco shop. That is Anna. That is not Anna. Is that the biggest tobacco shop? Isn't that the biggest tobacco shop? Is that Anna? Isn't that Anna?